Hey there guys, what's going on? Gale here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Persona 5X video. And today I was hoping I'd go live with an English live stream where we could check out all the new stuff coming to the game on launch, and we could share the excitement together, and it would be amazing. It would have been an amazing time. But unfortunately, the English stream never happened. I don't know why. They announced it on their Twitter account. It's just, I don't know why they didn't do anything. They didn't even mention it subsequently. There was no link. There was no, announcement. There was nothing. There was literally nothing, and we didn't get a live stream. The JP side of things, however, still got a live stream. It was a 2-hour-long live stream, but to be quite honest, the first hour and a half was just them enacting like certain parts of the game. They were also talking about how their experience was voice acting and so on and so forth, including the developers as well. They spoke a little bit about the experience they've had in making this version of the game and all that sort of jazz. So that happened in its entirety. I unfortunately also could not watch it live as well anyways due to real life obligations. So here I am to go over it with you guys, see what they've announced, see what they've shown off, and talk about it together. I've heard some very good things were announced in this stream, so let's break it down together. Of course, if you guys going to enjoy this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, all that sort of good stuff, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about what they've announced so far. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say down below. Now, first things first is that the first immediate thing they announced was, of course, Joker's banner, which they have announced will be going from the 26th of June, which is, of course, launch day tomorrow, to all the way on the 24th of July. So we have a month to summon for Joker. This post and this image also confirms to us basically the fact and the situation we knew about couple of days ago or a week ago, that we wouldn't be getting the 110 guaranteed banner as well, unfortunately. So we are stuck with the 50-50 for now, but from what I have seen, and I'll be completely real and say it to you guys, they've already translated the 110 pity banner thing already as well. I need to go and check out the person who's done it, or P5X bot should have it. Let me just check. Or Najox. Let's go to Najox's because I think he has it as well. Yeah, there he has it. Spotlight will appear within 110 contracts, get extra rewards every 165 contracts. So they have it in game already. It's already ready to go, so that is something to look forward to. But unfortunately, it's not available to us at launch, and I think a reason why that's the case, to be quite honest, is primarily down to the fact that they don't want to incur the wrath of their Chinese player base. Having something like this from the very beginning is pretty much a slap in their face, saying, why didn't we have this, why didn't we get this at the very beginning, bias and yada yada yada. And we know how the Chinese gacha player base can get. If you haven't heard the stories with what's happened with like Honkai Impact 3rd and stuff like that, go check it out. It's crazy, some of the stuff that happens with the Chinese player base. They're very passionate, and that's the nicest way to put it, is that they're very, very passionate. And so I can understand why they decided to delay that release. I don't think we're going to be getting it for another like 3-4 months at the very least, but nonetheless, this is still a thing. 80 pity, still fine for me personally. I think it's going to be completely a-okay. I'm very much looking forward to it nonetheless. Of course, we are going to be going for Joker, and we're going to see how it goes. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I have some good luck on this banner, of course, and hopefully you guys too as well. But yeah, that was pretty much the first thing they announced, and the banner side of things that they announced. They didn't really announce much else outside of that. They did kind of confirm who also would be releasing next, which we kind of already knew about a little bit due to the fact of, we did get their data mines, right? We did get the data mines, so we knew who was going to be coming up next, right? Pretty much we kind of knew about it already. So yeah, here it is. We knew Joker's coming out. Marianne and Yui will be right after or during Joker's banner, basically. Like I said in my previous video, in my morning video going over this, Marianne is going to be a standard banner unit, and Yui is a time limited unit. We'll talk about how they are as units and characters in a separate video, but something to keep in mind is one is a standard, one is a time limited character, okay? Now, I'm going to go over to P5X News and Info. Just makes a life a little bit easier because he's got it translated and he's explaining everything as well. Makes my life a little bit easier as well. But this is the first login event for the game that we're going to be getting when we log in. It's a 7-day login bonus and you're able to get 10 standard contracts and 10 limited contracts. So the 10 standard contracts is going to be super handy, especially on the beginner gacha banner. As you know, when you go in, the idea is, in my opinion, the way you want to approach things with the re-roll, if you're going to be re-rolling, is you want to do the beginner's banner, try and get Yaoling Li, and then do some multis on Joker's banner, see if you can get him. That would be the way I would re-roll, and I'm probably going to be doing that while I'm at work tomorrow before we go live, right? That's the idea that I'm going to try and employ, or at least I'll try and get Yaoling Li, and then I'll just continue playing until, you know, I start streaming, to be quite honest. I don't mind getting Joker a little bit later or early. I don't really care about that, but I'm just glad that we are able to get more resources to summon for Joker, first and foremost. That's one thing I will say. That is super nice that they're giving 10 rolls, standard and limited off rip, basically, along with all the pre-registration rewards, mind you, as well. Now, the other thing is, and this is something that's amazing in my personal opinion, is that we're getting this, which is a completely brand new thing to global. It's not even coming on CN, or it's not on CN right now, I should say. I don't know if they will get it or not, but right now this is a global only thing, and this is a daily hoot and loot login event. Daily hoot and loot login event. So it's Lofeld's login rewards, basically, where you can get these coins, these 100 coins basically, and you can buy certain things from his shop. So you can see on the right hand side, you can buy like 3 standard tickets, I think, so that's 300. So over the course of what, 7 days, I'd imagine you get 300 coins. You'd be able to get 3 standard contracts, then you get 3 limited contracts, and so on and so forth. I'm very happy about this. I do think that basically what this does is that it'll take it from somewhere else. I would be very surprised if this is an additional thing we're getting, but I mean, hey, if we're getting this as an additional thing, I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. But a part of me is feeling a bit pessimistic, and I'm going to assume that our rewards from other places has been decreased a little bit, is what I will say. But nonetheless, it's a daily thing, and if it is a permanent thing, which it seems like there's no end date as well, I think this is going to be fantastic. Again, a huge W for us global players, and I think it allows people to have an option on what they want to get as well. You can buy outfits for Wonder as well, which is pretty sick, to be quite honest. I think that's something a lot of people will want to try and have nonetheless as well. I think it's great. I think it's honestly great to have that as well. We also have been given the mementos and palace rewards as well. They've shown off both as well. Again, I don't know how different this is to the CN version or anything. I actually want to check the P5X alert bot, because I'm pretty sure they actually share with us some changes as well, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, no, it doesn't seem like it changes. It says everything is the same as CN. So I'm pretty much assuming it's the same. We get 100 more than CN and mementos and palace exploration. It's crazy that we're getting more there. I'm very surprised. Anyways, you guys can let me know if you play the CN version, how different is it so far from what you're seeing with these changes, with both the mementos and the palace rewards. I'm curious to see if there are any drastic changes. Is it better, worse? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'm quite curious to see how different the changes are, to be quite honest. Again, I've never really touched the CN version of the game. I kind of wanted to go into this game completely blind. I love Persona as a franchise and I love Persona as a story. I didn't want to really kind of spoil myself by playing a game that I didn't really understand, of course, right? So, and I know that there was English translations, but I've seen the translations. They're very hit or miss. So for me, it was just going to be a negative experience personally. So I'm very excited to get into it, but of course, as a result, I don't really know the differences between the versions that much exactly, but yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Now, we also have been given a roadmap, which of course is only available in Japanese right now. Again, this is the reason why I was kind of really hoping for a English live stream, because things like this would be so easy to understand and so easy to break down. Unfortunately, we don't have an English version necessarily dedicated, like properly, you know, translated. But I've managed to translate this thanks to Google Translate. Big ups to them, of course. Just saved the image, copy pasted it, and this is a rough translation. Again, all you need to do is get a general idea of what we're getting basically, right? So obviously we're in version 1.0 at the end of June. Main story chapter 1 and 2 will be released. We have a Persona 5 original event phase 1. Obviously the trials have been released, Velvet Trials, Sea of Souls trials, so on and so forth is released, Synergy story released, and so on and so forth. Then we have version 1.1 and 1.2 in July, which releases main story chapter 2 and Persona 5's second half of the event as well. And along with that, we have Lufel's business plan, third and fourth plans added as well, which is fantastic. Right now we have 1 and 2 coming into the game, which is perfect because that will give us an additional copy of An, Morgana, or Ryuji, depending on who we want, and a weapon for them as well. I think that was what the second plan was as well. We have new content, Craving Metro Line. No idea what that is. I don't know what that could be, because is that, I don't think that's Tycoon, surely not Tycoon. I don't know what that could be, but anyways, new content's coming as well, which is going to be great as well. A new mini event will be coming as well. Then 1.3 and 1.4 will be releasing in August, along with version 2.0, which will be probably in September most likely, is my guess. So obviously, if you're probably wondering what each version is going to bring banner wise, just to give you guys an idea, thanks to obviously P5X News and Info once again for having all of this set up. So in version 1.0 we have Joker, 1.1 we'll get Yui, so that'll be in the next patch, right? That'll be July. We know 1.1, 1.2 is going to be Yui and Minami, I think is her name is. I think Minami. I can't remember her name, to be quite honest. I've completely forgotten it. What is it again? Marina? I don't know. I actually don't remember. It's gonna take me some time to understand all these new characters' names. Marianne, that's her name. Marianne's her name. All these new original characters is gonna take me some time. Then we have Yusuke, of course, in 1.3.1. We have a not rerun, but like a non-time limited banner for Yaoling Li and I don't know who that is. I can't really tell who that is. Let me just check. If we go into characters, that should be this girl, right? Not Tomoko. It will be where is she? Who is that? Haruna Nishimori. That's gonna be who it is. Okay, that's Haruna Nishimori then. Who will be coming up in 1.3.2. Then we'll get Makoto Queen, of course, and finally in 1.4 we are getting, if I'm not mistaken, that is Yumi Shina, as who's pretty solid, tier 2, tier 1. She is a navigator, or no, elucidator, a navigator. Yeah, she is a navigator, so that'll be good. Getting a navigator finally in one of the versions is going to be pretty darn useful. It's going to be pretty darn useful. Something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind. And then 2.0 we'll be getting Joker's rerun. Wow, that's going to be a quick rerun. Joker's rerun. And along with that, we'll be getting, of course, who is that? Ayaka Sakai. Okay, fair enough. There you guys go. It's on your screens right now, who you want to get, basically. So there is that. I will be leaving a link to this banner history down below in the description, so you guys can check it out for yourselves. But that is pretty much the roadmap as well. So at least they've given us a roadmap to look forward to. It's going to be pretty exciting stuff. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to take a look at everything that's going to be coming out. It's going to be pretty snappy, the version updates, it seems like, as well. But one thing I'm really glad about is that the banners are lasting longer than their version. So like 1.0 is right now, right? Joker's banner is going all the way until the end of July, which is basically version 1.2. So that's a good thing that I was a bit worried about, depending on, you know, the banner, you know, length and stuff, because I know in the CN version it was like the banners lasted for like 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. It's lasting 4 weeks here, which is fine for me. And I'm also glad about the non-time limited banners only lasting 2 weeks, because what that means is that they're going to be in the standard banner really quickly. So I think that's a W in that sense. One more thing I wanted to actually talk about, speaking of non-time limited banner, is that I would highly recommend you guys also save your standard currency for Marina or Marianne to, you know, to be added. Just wait for Marianne to be added and then summon, because she is going to be very good. Assuming it is this character, this nurse, she is currently right now tier 0 and 0.5 in general and bossing side of things on CN, according to Pridwin, of course. This is very subjective at the end of the day, but the fact that she's rated that highly means at bare minimum she's tier 1. still very, very good. So just keep that in mind and something to consider for sure when you go into the banners and stuff. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. It's kind of a shame that we couldn't do a live reaction to this. I would have really thought it would have been a lot of fun to talk to you guys about this event and stuff. But nonetheless, we will be, you know, playing the game tomorrow. Nonetheless, I'd love to see you guys then, and I'm very much looking forward to, you know, doing streams and videos regarding this game. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very much looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, all that sort of good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody. Bye bye.